Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. My name is Hillstash, recharging my interplanetary setup stage of Hertz 1 and in orbit of Jool, obviously. Such a nice looking planet. And yeah, so we've got a lot of fuel, we've got a lot of Delta V left. Gotta get some fuel back up into these stages. And then I think what the plan is going to be is I will eject the other little CommSat here because I have my Tylo encounter coming up. I don't think it's going to be enough to capture one of these little guys. In Tylo is of course ridiculously big, but yeah, it's just yeah, I don't think it's going to be. I can get in Tylo orbit with one of these on their own. So I don't know, a couple options. I could detach these guys now and use the whole Hertz craft to get in orbit, and then leave one of these. I don't know offhand what the Delta V is. I think it's fairly good though, with just these 4 little engines on the bottom and fairly good amount of fuel that I forgot that I need to keep these going. I can't click away. So the interplanetary stage on its own here has a good amount of fuel, so I could use it. I think I want to kind of maybe use it and go out to Paul and maybe try to do a landing on Paul with the interplanetary stage. Seems to be one of the things to do with the interplanetary stage is landed on a moon. There's Lathe rising over there as well. So that could be a good option. The problem is going to be once I detach these two, their orbits are going to be very similar, but also intersecting 3 different bodies essentially. And now, geez, was it Paul? No, might have been Paul. Suggested that I should have left things in a more inclined orbit around Jool, and that's not a bad idea. That way it's a little bit safer, but I've got the Delta V for it too. Shall we watch this guy come around? What's his apoapse? Wasn't very much. $189. So yeah, he's getting just a ridiculous, ridiculous gravity assist here, throwing him out of the system, and then into one of the most ridiculous other orbits I've ever seen. He is going to be way out there. 4 years to get to the apoapse, which is pretty awesome. So why not just? It's only 30-some minutes. I'll send him on through the system. Should have almost been having that going at real time, because that was probably, well, what's the speed now? Slowing down from 8,600. It's not the fastest I've come into the Jool system. I think I've been up around 10,000 meters a second before coming into here and needing to aerobrake, but that's now a good deal past apoapse as well. So we'll let that one continue on, and we'll head in for our Tylo encounter here. And I think what I'll do is I'll just eject one of these and see what it can do on its own, because it's still going to be in the system no matter what. Possibly in some weird, some weird orbits and stuff, but... So what's our time there? 8 hours. Wait, what? Things seem to have changed. Slow it down, slow it down. What? Now we don't have a Tylo encounter, we have a Lathe encounter, which I don't like so much. And I've just passed the point where it would really help to burn north. Let me try to do that anyway. How many meters a second will it take to fix this? It's making that one worse. Interesting. How many meters a second was that? That's 100 meters a second. I wonder if I should release... Okay, so it seems like we're not going to get a Tylo encounter anymore, which is interesting. Questionable. It's possible we still will. That would be a heck of an orbit to get... what's the periaps on that? Don't really... No, it can't be 2 million just for... Yeah, it's not. It's certainly not 2 million. It's up here somewhere, but it's not showing the periaps. Maybe what I'll do is I'll eject one of these little probes now, and then I'll try to get the Lathe encounter, maybe even get an arrow break out of it. And I'll leave the main ones going this way. So let me think here. Okay, I have an idea what to do as well. Let's go normal plus. No. Yeah, normal plus is north, right? Normal plus? Yeah. And what I'm going to do is see which direction that is. Get a good indicator here. So of course it's just this way. So then let's go prograde. And what I'll do is I'll rotate the ship so that when I launch this one, it launches it off north. Launches it up. So it gives it just that little bit extra delta V. Tricks of the trade here. Because, you know, I'm an expert in all that. And has it laid down nicely so that it's... so that this is up? It has! That I must have planned that, of course. Okay. So off we go. What do you think? Everything's correct here? Yeah. Okay. Let's stop the spin. Extend the panels. Always got to remember to extend the panels, or else we just run right out. Also, give it a bit of better of a... Oh, and extend this because it's coming back in here. That was an unfortunate crash. I have a lot of crap on the go here. Orbiting Jool, yep. Go, go, go. I do not know where things left off. Do we still have all the comsats sticking on? I do. I still have that last one there. Where are we? I think it's right about where we left off last time. Then again, maybe not. No, this one's just past periaps. No, I had fast forwarded from here though, so now things are slightly different. Now is the best time to do a plane change maneuver. So I'm going to do the same thing though. I'm going to go get normal plus. Yeah, these panels are all out. So okay, so I guess that must have been the last time I quick saved. I don't like these crashes. So we'll get normal plus, which is up. Go prograde. I may have to rotate again. We'll see. To get this guy pointing up. Yep. Not a big deal. Somewhere around there. Oh, oh, oh. Somewhere around there. Okay, so we'll do this again. We will eject this guy. Bam. We'll arrest his spin, get out the panels. It's like we've done this before. Except for now, he's in a much better spot for a plane change maneuver. I think he should have enough delta V to hopefully get a lathe encounter. So, I think somewhere around here. Add a maneuver. Is this still showing? Oh, it's still showing Tylo. Oh. Crap. So at what point does it not show the Tylo encounter? Gotta rename these guys at some point too. This is from interplanetary stage probes to CommSats. It'll be CommSat 3, this will be CommSat 4. There we go. Okay. So it's interesting. 2 million meters for... So that is already closer than the other ship. But what I want to do is, of course, really bring it up. Somewhere around there, then. Because I want to get this guy in orbit around Lathe. And I think this is going to be possible. There we go. That's going to be really good right there. 147. I think it's Lathe is what, like just like Kerbal, so but the atmosphere's a little bit lower. 31. Perfect. As long as, well, I guess it could be retrograde or prograde. I don't know. How many delta V's was that? 187. Nice. Okay. Oh, can't do anything because I've run out of power. Shit. We're gonna have to wait to do this maneuver until the sun comes out the other side of Jool. So that's the problem with these things. Despite the fact that we had plenty of power mere moments ago, no batteries on them. That's something I would definitely consider doing on a newer version of them. So how far past this node are we going to be? Ugh. Ugh. We're going to be a good distance past. So what happens if I... No, I want to move you. Ah, it's gone. That's okay, we'll redo it then, somewhere out here, where I should have sunlight. So we go vertical a ways. It's going to take more delta V's now, but so this should flatten out. When it flattens out, I know it's good. And then I was this way for... Is it actually hitting? Is that the reason why there's no... Yep, wow. I was wondering why there was no periaps there. Okay, that's pretty good. That's too low, but we'll fix it on the other side. So 140 meters a second now, still quite doable with this craft. We'll just bring it out there and hope we have some sunlight at that point. Yeah, even one battery I think would have been a pretty good addition to the ship. There's the sun. So I'm going to do it now. Might not need as much delta V if you do it now. So annoying. Okay. Oh, got the engine. Engine. Activate. There we go. Let's see how that is doing. At the moment we our hitting lathe. Is that correct? There we are. Okay, so I want my periaps to be, I think, somewhere around... Again, actually, I don't know. Maybe I want it a little lower because we're going to be coming in with Jool orbit speed. Yeah. I don't want to be too low, though, because then it will just crash. Tricky. Let's see. I'll bring it up a little bit because I've got a good amount of fuel in here still to do things with. Some delta V's still. 32 was that now? Oh wait, going back that way would lower it, wouldn't it? 31. Ah, whatever, that's good enough. Let's see what happens. And the other ship. Are we still close enough to switch to it? Nope. Oh, because I had to fast forward, right? So we'll get rid of that. The other ship is here. Now we have a significantly different orbit. Oh, I forgot to change the name of the other one while we were over there. Really, I should be changing the name of this one too, but... Okay, so what's going to happen with your... Almost the same thing. I should almost be burning vertically to get... Otherwise, well, it's going to be throwing me out downwards. It's not the end of the world. What's it doing out here? That's okay. Make it slightly harder to get other encounters, but okay. Let's ignore this one. Let's just assume this is going to be okay. This isn't that bad of an inclination. The alternative is to burn a good amount of fuel now in the northerly direction and fix that. You know, that might not be a bad idea. I don't know. How many meters a second is this going to be? It's 134, and then I have to do something about this periaps of not existing. Now what does that do? Oh man! Seriously? It's also slightly... No, that's pretty close to on there. Wow. Close lathe encounters. I think I want to use this though because if I leave it out there then I can actually get Paul encounters, and I've never really been to Paul, so I think I like this. I think I'm going to do it. 133 meters a second is all it is. I'm going to do it from out here and then just watch and fix this essentially. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to fix this, and then I'm going to switch back to the other craft, watch it do its aero brake, and hopefully capture. Although, actually that's going to be hard because I'm going to have to put the panels away for the aero brake. So, interesting point. It's going to be an all or nothing kind of event for it. Can I even... if it runs out of power, oh boy, I didn't even think of this. These ships... These little probes of mine might not be good for aero braking on their own. Okay, what happened there? Let's get rid of the maneuver node. It's kind of getting in the way now. I think doing it not at that right time might have actually caused some problems. Well, it's pretty straight. Not as far out as I wanted, so I really kind of want to bring it in a little bit. Is it going to be retrograde, maybe? At this point, I am going to try another maneuver node and just see. Yes, retrograde will be good. So if we bring it out around Paul's, that'll be hopefully perfect for at some point in the distant future getting a Paul encounter. Okay. 1 meter a second, not very much just to do that. I could even take it out further, I guess, if I wanted, but one thing I haven't been paying attention to is what's going on with this, but it looks like the periaps down here is fine now, so. Okay, that was good. Off. Switch that. And they look fairly close still, but I'll change the name of this one. And I don't know what to do about the arrow braking. Did things I didn't think about. CommSat 4. It is a probe, I guess. So what to do? Will these panels stay on through arrow braking? How much time does it take to kill my to lose my battery power? Not very long. So I guess just wait till the last minute and before arrow braking and retract them and hope for the best. Hope I can unretract them out the other end. Something to be said potentially for one of those, the ones that Scott Manley used on his Edgar Allan probe, I think it was. Where it's just one that sticks on, but it's directional. It doesn't rotate, but as long as there's sun and it sees it, it gets power. Crap. Son of a Tylo. It's back. It's back and it's giving us an encounter. Well, okay, back to plan A. Eject another probe and see if it can stay in Tylo orbit, I guess. Oh, Tylo. And what's that doing? That's totally messing up all of our lathe stuff, isn't it? So now it's essentially no lathe encounter that we can see. All that planning. Brr. So what's your situation now? Similar. Okay. So I eject a probe. That's the plan. We only have 4 left now. Getting down there. Any particular direction? If I go north, I want to do a retrograde. So which way was I was pointing? So I want it to be pointing backwards. Yeah, that makes sense from the direction I see on the maps too. Okay, that's going to be about as fairly retrograde. So you are going to be my next probe. I love it. Hard to click when you're spinning, but it's more fun to click when you're spinning. Oh, that changes. Oh, that's cool. It changed the center of gravity, so it's doing a wild spin now. Did I get it? Nope. There. Nope. Nope. There. Toggle. Toggle. I thought I had it. Okay. Enough of that. So we are going to want to point retrograde. So this thing's burn time is fairly significant. Takes a while to use up this amount of fuel. So how long is it until periaps? We can actually add the maneuver and see how many delta V's we'll need. That's the bare minimum. Oh my goodness. It's possible, I think. I think we have somewhere around 600 meters a second. So we may be able to get this in orbit around Tylo. A really, really big orbit, but an orbit nonetheless. I never put a docking port on these things, though. I watched the way Scott Manley, he recently did a video with the Edgar Allan probe on his reusable, fully reusable series, which is, by the way, phenomenal. And he uses a little docking port, I think. Was it a little docking port, or was it the little? Now I can't remember. His design is anyway was much better. But this was my first attempt at a little probe like this, so not really. I guess I had some of my near space and deep space ones were ion powered. Anyway, this video is going to get too long if I don't get things moving here. Let's say it's about a 3 minutes burn or so. So at about 1:30, I'll do the burn. So there we have it. At only 56 kilometers away, we are in orbit of Tylo. This thing has more delta V's than I thought. It has lots of delta V's. That was 500, I guess, delta V's. Delta V, 500 meters a second. And we're in Tylo orbit. Now what I'll do is I'll wait till, 6, 10, I'll wait till apoaps and I'll lower the periaps down perhaps. Use the rest of the fuel for that, and then it'll be in an elliptic, but hopefully I can bring it down a little bit closer. I'd like to have a little closer past to Tylo. But this is I think the first time I've ever orbited Tylo with anything, so that's interesting in itself, although this is currently the closest I get to it. But not bad. And of course the lighter this thing gets, the better, the less fuel, the more thrust it has and stuff too. So it might not do that bad. Okay, so I think, let me just check on the recording time. See how long this is going so far. It looks like 31 minutes without any of the fast forwards, so that's definitely enough for an episode. I don't want to do too much here. Oh yeah, okay, that's the other probe too, CommSat 4. So we have to rename this one. This is CommSat 5. I'll put maybe in brackets Tylo or something. CommSat 5, Tylo, probe. And so there we are. Pretty cool. This is certainly going to be a goal one of these days. Maybe a base on Tylo. I mean, that would be one of the hardest things probably to do. For those of you that don't know, Tylo is about the same size. Is it the same size as Kerbal, or is it bigger? I think it's bigger, but now I'm confused. Anyway, yeah, let's say it's the same size as Kerbal, but it has no atmosphere, so no aero braking effects at all trying to land on it. It's full power kind of thing. Scott Manley has a great Tylo return kind of trip. He had to send out extra fuel. Kind of fuel modules to refuel enough to get back home. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't wait to try it. It's certainly a goal of mine. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. My name is Hillstash, and I will see you soon. Stage of Hertz 1, and in orbit of Jool, obviously. Such a nice looking planet. And yeah, so we've got a lot of fuel, we've got a lot of Delta V left. Gotta get some fuel back up into these stages. And then I think what the plan is going to be is I will eject the other little CommSat here, because I have my Tylo encounter coming up. I don't think it's going to be enough to capture one of these little guys. In Tylos, of course, their orbits are going to be very similar, but also intersecting 3 different bodies essentially. And now, geez, was it Paul? No, might have been Paul. Suggested that I should have left things in a more inclined orbit around Jool, and that's not a bad idea. That way it's a little bit safer, but I've got the Delta V for it too. Shall we watch this guy come around? Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. My name is Hillstash. Recharging my interplanetary setups. Ridiculously big, but yeah, it's just yeah, I don't think it's gonna be I can get in Tylo orbit with one of these on their own. So I don't know, a couple options. I could detach these guys now and use the whole Hertz craft to get in orbit and then leave one of these. I don't know offhand what the Delta V is. I think it's fairly good though, with just these 4 little engines on the bottom and lots, fairly good amount of fuel that I forgot that I need to keep these going. I can't click away. So the interplanetary stage on its own here has a good amount of fuel, so I could use it. I think I want to kind of maybe use it and go out to Paul and maybe try to do a landing on Paul with the interplanetary stage. Seems to be one of the things to do with the interplanetary stage is land it on a moon. There's Lathe rising over there as well. So that could be a good option. The problem is going to be once I detach these two,